First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahashim, Yahawashi, Bahashim, Rahakwadash. Yahawah being the name of the Father, who the world intimately calls God, which Yahawah is in the Hebrew tongue, meaning He is. Yahawashi, meaning the name of the Son in the Hebrew tongue, which means He is Savior, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. So that's who Yahawah and Yahawashi is. That's their true names. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for ruling well, for teaching me this 100% truth according to the scriptures, and for keeping sound doctrine. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, brothers and sisters, brothers and few sisters who are walking in this truth with all sincerity and with keeping their best to keep the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahawashi, but most importantly, having faith and enduring until the return of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahawashi. So yeah, I'm doing a lesson on meekness over pride, right? Meek over pride. Because there's a lot of proud people out there, man. A lot of proud people in spirit, you know, thinking that they deserve it all, thinking that they did everything on their own. Basically, they have become their own God and lovers of their own selves. You know, that's what pride is the opposite of meekness. Most importantly, it's the opposite of meekness. You know, meek means humble, afflicted, you know, low. You know, and proud is obviously the opposite of that. You know, and like I said, there's a lot of proud people within our nation, within the Israelites, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American. They're really proud, man. The things that come out of their mouth is just pure pride, arrogance, and annoying. So to say, it's annoying because hearing people like that talk like that is vexing. You know, it's just annoying, man. It's annoying in the spirit because you could tell in what come out of their mouth. They have absolutely no faith, believe in Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahawashi. You know, and that's why it's annoying. That's why it's vexing. It shows where they stand with the Lord. You know, so got a couple precepts here. Hopefully, Lord willing, this won't take long. You know, so Lord willing, it'll be quick and edifying to the lost sheep. If not, you know, it's whatever. You know, wherever the Spirit takes me, if it takes me longer, it takes me longer. So with that being said, I'm getting the first verse, which is in Numbers, right? Numbers 12:3. Numbers chapter 12, verse 3. It says, and now the man Moses, right, was very meek above all the men which were upon the face of the earth. He was very humble, man. He was a humble man. You know, and that's why the Lord dealt with him. That's why the Lord dealt with Moses, because of his meekness. Right, in verse 4, and the Lord spoke suddenly unto Moses and unto Aaron and unto Miriam, come out, ye three, unto the tabernacle of the congregation. And they three came out. And the Lord came down in a pillar of the cloud and stood in the door of the tabernacle and called Aaron and Miriam, and they both came forward. I'm going to jump to verse 7. My servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in all my house. Basically saying, ain't Moses my most faithful servant in the whole house, right? With him will I speak mouth to mouth, even apparently, and not in dark speeches. And the similitude of the Lord shall he behold, wherefore then were ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moses. You see how the Lord dealt with Moses, and why? Because in verse 3 it says, "Now the man Moses was very meek above all the men which were upon the face of the earth." He was a meek man. He wasn't a proud man. You know, meaning he. You know what comes with meekness? Not only does humility, it's you basically is you being. If you're a meek person, you will be able to take rebuke. Only the proud won't take rebuke. The proud won't take correction because they're too proud. They think they're not wrong. They don't take, Only the humble will be humble enough to take rebuke also. And that's what it says. Roughly paraphrasing, it says that the kingdom or salvation belongs to the meek. No, the meek shall inherit the earth. The humble shall inherit the king, right? Shall inherit the kingdom. Roughly paraphrasing, forgive me if I'm saying it wrong. But what that shows that it's real important to be meek. Because like I said, it comes with a lot of things, but it comes also with you being able to take rebukeness from the Lord, yahawah, yahawashi. Like David. David was a meek man also. The Lord dealt with him. He was a humble servant. He was. He took his punishment and his rebuke, and he knew he was wrong after, So that shows that the Lord is dealing with meek people, not proud people. In order for you to receive this truth, well, first of all, if he called you into this truth, it's because he called you in, and Lord willing, then you're part of the elect. If not, then you're not. But that also has to do with meekness too, because when you first come in this truth, you're learning all these things. You're learning all this knowledge and wisdom, and like it says, knowledge puff it up the chest. It makes you proud. Like, oh man, I am an Israelite. Or the kingdom is ours now. These scriptures will puff up your chest, man. And with that comes pride. And you have to be meek with that, because it's like that saying, how it goes, with much power comes much responsibility, something like that. It's the same thing. This is all basically tests that the Lord is putting his elect through. And one of those things is to be meek, to be a humble servant. Because he's only dealing with the meek. He will, like it says in Psalms 25, right? You can get there real quick. The book of Psalms, chapter 25, right? Verse 9. It's one of my favorites. Psalms chapter 9, verse 9. So it's Psalms chapter 25, verse 9 to 10. It says, "The meek will he guide in judgment, and the meek will he teach his way." You see? The humble will he guide in judgment. You have to be meek for him to be guiding you into this in this life, making the right decisions, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, being wise as a serpent. He will. Only the meek will he guide in judgment, and the meek will he teach his way. Only the meek will he teach these laws, statutes, and commandments, and this 100% truth according to the scriptures. It's important to be humble. You don't know nothing. You have to seek him with all humility. And the most importantly too, why? Because, bro, once you wake up in this truth and you realize all the wicked shit you did, that brings you to a state of shame. It brings you low. It afflicts the spirit, which is a good thing though. Because if it didn't bring you any shame, then bro, you're something is off. And with that comes humility. It comes with humbleness. It comes with you not being righteous as you want to be in the Lord's eyes because of the flesh. So you have to be humble. Because in reality, It's like it says, your righteousness are as dirty rags. You know. So meekness is definitely a good thing to be. Humble, humility. You know, even though we're not even though we are right now in a low state as a nation, but we're not above all the other nations. We are peculiar people of the Lord. You know. So yes, you have to be humble, but we are something far greater than everyone else. That's like yahawashi. Yahawashi was humble when he could have done whatever he wanted. He could have, like the brothers say, he could have taken down the Roman Empire, but right there. But he didn't. He had to be afflicted. He had to be humble. He had to be meek. You know, like all the servants of the Lord. So in verse 10, all the paths of the Lord are mercy and truth unto such as keep his covenant and his testimonies. You see? All the paths of the Lord are mercy and truth unto such. Unto who? Unto everyone? No. Unto only those that keep his covenant and his testimonies. That's who the Lord is merciful unto. You know? Let me grab Zephaniah. So I was thinking also, well, I mean, I can't remember the verse, but if I remember, I'll come back to it. But Zephaniah, right? Let's go to Zephaniah. Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 3. It says, seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be you, yea, shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. What's the day of the Lord's anger? The day of judgment. That's the day, because he's coming with wrath and anger, right? Wrath. Seek ye the Lord, all you meek of the earth. And who is he talking to? He's talking to the righteous. Right? Because only the righteous, only the elect are going to be truly meek, truly humble in the eyes of Yahweh B'Shem Yahawashi, right? That's just why we have to seek righteousness and seek meekness and seek the Lord, man. So he can protect us in the day of his anger. You know, he definitely don't want no proud man or woman, you know. That proud shit is not good. Shit is not good. Because with that pride comes a lot of ego, man. A lot of ego, which is just self-love. You know, you're loving yourself too much, when in reality you just ashes and dirt. When in reality you could just die at any moment. When in reality you're living in iniquity. Straight spiritually dead, right? Let me grab Matthew 5:5. This is Yahawashi saying this. Matthew chapter 5, verse 5. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. So look at that. That's the spirit, man. That's what I was saying. Yeah. See, blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. The earth. Look at that. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. You see that? Well, blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. And who is going to inherit the earth? The elect. The Lord's children. The 144,000 and 1/3. Jacob, you know. Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning. And that's why they're going to inherit the earth, because they're meek, they're humble. Let's grab Proverbs 16:5 now. You know, because pride and that's nothing, man. That's total opposite of what the Lord wants. And this is what this world teaches you, to be a proud person. Be proud of what you've done. Be proud of what you've done. Be proud of who you became. When in reality, you're doing and became everything opposite against what the Lord Yahawah yahawashi wants you to be. So it's like a spit to his face. You're proud of what you've became in reality, when it's the total opposite of what you should be. Pride Month. Look at that. They take something that is so disgusting, an abomination, right? Because that's what the Lord says. And the Lord willing, I'll do that video next. They'll take something like that the Lord hates, and they'll make it into a month of that, of pride. Pride against who? Against Yahweh Bashim Yahawashi. That's who they standing up against. That's who they basically are confronting. And by you being a part of that movement, you're doing the same thing. By you even just supporting that, you're doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Even though you're not going to the parades and all, just by you saying that it's all right, you're supporting it. Proverbs. Let's go to Proverbs, right? Salakia. Proverbs 16. Proverbs 16, verse 5. Now it says, everyone that is proud in heart, and what's the heart? It's the mind. That's what the spirit is at. The heart is really the mind. Everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination to the Lord Yahawah Bashim Yahawashi. You see that? You're proud, you're an abomination. Why? Because pride is the opposite of meat. Though hand join in hand, he shall not be unpunished. The point of the story is that everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination. Because like I was saying earlier, a lot of proud people are just full of themselves. That's what comes with it. It's just ego. Even the ones that don't want to listen to, right? Like when sometimes you tell them a scripture and you show them like the proof right there. Look, this is what it says here, and then if you go here, it says this. So where does it say this, right? And they don't want to accept it. They be like, nah. That's them being too proud. Why? Because they don't want to admit they're wrong. They don't want to admit that it makes sense. They don't want to admit they're wrong. They don't want to admit that their whole entire life is just a lie. They're too proud to admit they're wrong. That's why they will not inherit the earth. That's why they want the Lord won't guide them. That's what it says. Everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination. People out here living they life like if they're good, but in reality, man, they don't even know they're living in wickedness. They think they're good people and they're not. Because the world has dressed this thing of what a good person is. When in reality, the scriptures shows you what a good person is unto the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahawashi. So that's crazy. Because let me see if I can who can know. Jeremiah 17:9 says the heart is deceitful above all things, you see, and desperately wicked. Who can know it? Who can know the mind? You don't know your own self. You think you do, but you don't. Why? Because the mind, the heart is deceitful. You could tell yourself things like, no, you'll talk yourself into thinking that you're right when you're wrong. And that's pride. That's pride. Because you're not bending, you're not humbling yourself. You're not bending, you're not bowing down to Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi and rebuking you, because that's how the Lord is rebuking you, through his prophets. You know, the Lord ain't gonna come down from the sky and talk to you one-on-one and say, bro, look, I'm God, do this, do that. You're gonna, no, man. It's not that simple. The scriptures, the Bible, from the beginning to end, shows how the Lord always dealt through the mouths of the prophets. You know? But the point is that the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. You know? There's another one too where it says, okay, no, not that one. I think it was, if I remember, I'll come and get it. But yeah. So back to that verse, everyone that is proud in heart. You see that? The heart is deceitful. Everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination to the Lord. You see that? So you got to stop that pride shit. That proud shit gonna get you dealt with by the Lord Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi. You know? Let me grab 1 John chapter 2, verse 16. It says, let me start at 15 real quick. It says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. Well, that means everything. That means money, cars, fat, whatever, material things. Basically, stuff from this world, sports and success, right? Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world. And what's the pride of life? Everything that this world has to offer. The riches, right? Your career. Anything that this world has to offer besides what the Lord Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi has to offer, which he offers eternity, immortality. He offers peace. He offers true wisdom and knowledge. And that's why it says, and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. So you see back again that the Lord Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi ain't dealing with prideful people. Definitely not. So if you out here always boasting on yourself, because that's some proud, that is some proud shit, man. Like, people that are constantly talking about the things they done, like, when in reality it's all vanity. They have done nothing. That's all worldly things. You know, they haven't done anything. They're not even fixating into their salvation. So really, what you've done in this world means nothing. You're still gonna die. You're still gonna taste second death. You know, and the pride of life is not of the Father. It's not from the Father. That's not heavenly. You know, try to tell them that. They'll go crazy. And that, again, leads back to pride. You know, let me grab the last verses in Sirach. It's Ecclesiasticus. You know, Ecclesiasticus. And this is funny too. I was having a conversation. Well, I was going back and forth, not a conversation, going back and forth on Instagram through, you know, messages, whatever, with Eve, and she talking about that the Apocrypha ain't from the book, ain't from the Bible, and that, man, a whole bunch of nothing that it mentions of it. Man, she is lost. She don't know what else she's talking about. And again, that's pride, because the Apocrypha was in the Bible. If you look it up, it'll even tell you that they took it out from the Bible. which that's adding and taking. And the scriptures speak against that. But it's stupid. That's just pride. Hopefully I'll do a video on that it's just a short video. But let me get Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 9. It says, why is earth and ashes proud? Why are you proud? You're nothing but dust and ashes, right? It's from the dust we came. And ashes, the ashes is what's coming next, man. A lot of people are going to be turned to ashes. There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. We're going to get that word covetous real quick, because that's an interesting word, right? Let me read that again. Why is earth and ashes proud? Why is you proud? Why is you boasting about, what your things in life, what you've done, right? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. For such an one setteth his own soul to sell, because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels. So I'm gonna grab the word covetous. We're gonna look it up real quick. Covetous, right? Covetous. Inordinately desirous to obtain and possess. That sounds like a what? That sounds like an ambitious person, right? They want to attain success. They want to possess success, right? Anything. They want to, whatever their success is, whether it's to be a real estate, whether it is to be a basketball player, whatever is your desire, your ambition. Inordinately desirous to obtain and possess, avaricious, from Old French covetous, desirous, covetous. So it says, if we keep reading down, all the way down to, it goes down to cupidity. That's where you get the word Cupid. In a good sense, very desirous, right? Valentine's Day, they had the little Cupid. I'm talking about why, making you desire the woman, making you desire love and shit, right? All right, that's where Cupid comes from, cupidity, which is covetous. In a good sense, very desirous, eager to acquire. Covetous, the desire of possessing more than we have. You see that? Look at that. That's a sin right there. Look, you got a house. Be thankful you got your house, you got a head over you got a roof over your head, you got food on your table. Be thankful you're alive. Be thankful you got what you need, right? Why are you chasing these things like that? Why, the desire of possessing more than we have of any good thing whatsoever, which we have already enough for our uses, adding house to house and field to field. You see, it is much connected with pride, but more with restlessness. But you see that it is much connected with pride. That is a prideful thing, bro, to be chasing after these worldly things like that, man, when in reality they hold no value. Like it's like the scripture say, don't chase, it says, lay up your riches in heaven, not on the earth, where moth and dirt and dust, right, destroy. I'm roughly paraphrasing it, but yeah. Like it says, that is connected with pride. So if we go back, it says, why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than an ambitious man. And that's with this whole terminology also, chasing the bag, right? That's that whole entrepreneur, ambitious spirit. That's a fucking wicked thing, man. And you say, why? Why is it wicked? Because you're chasing the wrong things. You're setting your heart, your mind, not on spiritual things, but on stuff in the flesh. Lust of the flesh. The fancy car, the nice car, the nice house, the nice clothes. That's why people all want to be successful for, is to attain more of what they have. So, hopefully this was an edifying lesson. It was short and simple and straight to the point. With that being said, Shalom, Kahala, Yahawah, Bahashim, Yahawashi, Bahashim. Rakah Wadash. Shalom.